Thank you, Dr. Varun Gulati ji. And today's speaker is Dr. Mahendra Pratap Singh. Dr. Mahendra Pratap Singh is a professor working in the Department of Library and Information Science, Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University, Lucknow. He has more than 20 years of teaching experience and administrative experience. Dr. Singh has served DLIS,
Sunil ji, can you please keep the mic near to your mouth?
Okay. अब आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ, थोड़ा और पास रखिए.
Hello.
जी, this is fine now.
Okay, sir. Now, officially, I welcome Dr. Mahendra Pratap Singh. Dr. Mahendra Pratap Singh is a professor working in the Department of Library and Information Science, Baba Bhimrao Ambedkar Central University, Lucknow. Dr. Ambedkar has 20 years of experience of teaching, research, and administrative experience in his field. Dr. Singh has served Department of Library and Information Science, Bundelkhand University, Jhansi in the past as a lecturer from 2002 to August 2011. Dr. Singh has been associated with various committees and chairmen, as well as member of DRC, RDC, school boards, academic councils at BBAU and Bundelkhand University, Jhansi. Dr. Singh, under his able guidance in the field of research and development, 8 doctoral scholars, 39 MPhil degree have been awarded in library and information science so far. He is contributing more than 5 research journals as a chief editor and member of editorial board at national and international level. Dr. Singh has written 4 books, compiled 15 edited books, contributed 12 chapters in books and 62 papers in various national and international conference proceedings, 42 research papers in journals of repute at national and international level. He has also delivered 15 invited talks and chaired 15 sessions at different occasions of various conferences and committees. Dr. Singh has received various eminent awards and distinctions in his name, such as Best Teacher Award. His area of specialization include information technology, research methodology, management of library and information centers, and user studies. Dr. Singh has visited about 16 countries and presented papers there to represent India and abroad. With these words, now I request to Dr. MP Singh to deliver a talk on online educational resources, a role of libraries in changing environment. Dr. Mahendra Pratap Singh ji.
Thank you very much, sir, for a nice introduction. Namaskar and very good afternoon to all of you. At the outset, I would like to thanks to Dr. Ambedkar International Center, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, New Delhi, especially Dr. Varun Gulati, Dr. Sunil Kumar and his team. Those are coordinating this lecture series to giving me this opportunity. Indeed, it's a matter of pride and feel honor to be here at this juncture to share my views on this topic, online educational resources, a role of libraries in changing environment. Fellow friends, I start my views with a quotation given by great philosopher Charles Darwin. He said that it is not the strongest or the most intelligent, who will survive? But those who can best manage. During these days, this quotation is very relevant. As we know that change is rule of nature. Change is the inevitable. But who can accept the best? Who can survive in the changing environment? Fellow friends, as we know that this COVID-19 pandemic, we all are affected, whole world. Each and every aspect of daily life in many countries, including India, all activities are affected. Almost dominant industries or academic institutions have been badly affected. All of a sudden, our priority, our practices, our preferences, our processes, perceptives, even whole lifestyle has been changed due to this pandemic period, COVID-19. Every walk of life, even almost industries like transport industry, hotel industry, construction industry, sport, and so on, as well as academic institutions. Except working from home or working remotely, maybe we are connected with each other through online. Only and only hope that we are winning industry too. We are connected with online. Nothing else. Due to this pandemic and changing scenario, I quote Albert Einstein quotation. I never teach my pupils. I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. Rightly said, the students, the pupils, how can survive in whatever conditions, how can learn. In these days, this quotation is very, very relevant. Condition is very bad for all of us, particularly in academic institutions. When we say that the innovation and advancement of digital age have touched the lives in many ways, the technology has been changed, drastically changes in higher education system. Open access, a novel model of publishing, is one among the surprises and delights of the digital age. Everything is open. Nothing is hidden in this environment. So academic libraries also have been changed and changed their attitude to provide fast, integrated, interactive, and comprehensive services to their users, including open access resources. academic libraries also has been changed. Open access resources play a very vital role to valuable information with free of cost round the clock to fulfill our specific users' need. This is the beauty of ICT, online education resources. Here, I would like to say that some or most of the people or fraternity of academic institutions also afraid. Here I would like to suggest or saying that don't afraid about the technology. No need to fear about the technology. Simply, I can say that we are not high-tech, we are not technocrats. We need how to touch learning, high-touch learning. We need learning, how to learn. Technology is second. When we are using this technology, before technology, we are using how to learn. So we should try to understand that we don't afraid, we no need to worry about the technology because technology is second thing. But we should understand and we should learn about how to use the technology for learning. Here I gave this some quotation regarding the nowadays we all are connected with social media, with so many sites, so many SNS, social networking sites, and fake news. It's a very dangerous of the society. Fake news. We are saying pandemic and misleading or fake news in the society goes, society is torn one or another reason. So we should very careful about the news when we forwarded it to one or another. I give one or two examples regarding fake news. My left side, one total both fake news published or forwarded it one to another WhatsApp, Facebook or other social networking sites. This news about Bhagat Singh की बहन को लेकर वायरल पोस्ट ब्राह्मण. What is source? शहीद भगत सिंह की जो छोटी बहन बीबी प्रकाश कौर का देहांत 2004 में हो गया, लेकिन अभी लास्ट मंथ एक न्यूज पूरे होल चैनल्स और मीडिया में गई कि भाई इनका ये हुआ, इनका अब देहांत हुआ है, लेकिन वो फेक न्यूज थी. क्यों? क्योंकि वो ऑलरेडी 2004 में उनका देहांत हो गया. राइट साइड, COVID-19 is a very crucial period, but in fake information when goes to these through the social media, people are misleading, misinformation harass our community, our society particular as whole. Another regarding online social media जहरीली जगह. Again, Sushant Singh and others, debate is going on, but reality is different. Now, I told about some examples. Here, I would like to say that what is the role of library and librarian in changing environment? Dear fellow friends, role of library is a very crucial in this changing environment. Library is the pillar. We can say that library is the heart of any institution. So we should prepare first, and role of library provide a very important role in this changing environment, changing scenario, paradigm shift. I can say our young generation, whenever whatever we need, simply we can go and we go to the Google. Yes, we have Google. Google can bring you back 1 lakh answers. If we got 100 or lakh answers of particular things, how will we understand this one is the best or this one the relevant for us? Simply a librarian can bring you back the right one, according to Neil Gaiman. Another one is librarians don't know everything. Yes, don't know everything, but they just know how to find everything. This is the beauty of this profession. So we can say that librarian is the teacher of teachers, because he knows that what we need and what is the appropriate answer of the particular thing. Role of librarian, librarians changing environment. First, to provide a platform. This is the responsibility of our library professionals. Library professionals provide a right platform of the users. Which one is the best for us? To provide source of information. Sources, primary sources, secondary sources, tertiary sources, and which one is most appropriate for particular user. And the duty and responsibility of the allies professionals to provide awareness program. They should provide orientation program, refresher program, orientation program to newcomers, users, how to search and how to use the sources, and to identify the right information users want. And the duty of the library and as well as the professionals to provide right information to the right user at the right time. So these are the very important aspects for the library professionals. These are the qualities of the library professional in this changing environment. Founder of Art of the Living, Sri Ravi Shankar, he said that library is the temple of learning. Library is a treasure of knowledge, as we know that. Library is the guiding light. Which one is the appropriate? So we also want, or we want to know the user's expectations in this changing scenario. What they want to I would like to say that habits of users may change. Habits, of course, due to the changing scenario, habits of the users may be changed, but their interests and needs are similar. Nothing change in needs and interest. Interest and needs is same. Whatever they want, it is necessary to understand their expectations, because time already changed. those days has gone. When library, we said that library is the collection of books. Now already changed from collection to connectivity. We have modern technology. We have different gadgets. Print to non-print. From Akar to Nirakar. Means we need to print material to non-print material. Real to virtual. Virtuality. Because network of networks. Virtual library. We are using nowadays a virtuality. So we can say that library without wall, it means real to virtual. Everybody can use our library without wall. If we have virtuality, we have virtual library, our user can use maybe at home, maybe at house, maybe at office or anywhere, anytime. This is the beauty of the digital environment, digital technology, paper to picture, due to the digital technology. So allies professionals need to understand our users, what they want in this scenario. Yes, every crisis brings opportunity. We must never cry. Therefore, this is the right to introduce our online education resources, classes, virtual learning, so that academics in the learning do not suffer due to this pandemic. Our academic institution, primary to higher education, badly affected. But we all are doing our job through online, virtuality, virtual classroom. What is the virtual learning environment? As we know that a virtual learning environment is a set of teaching and learning tools designed to enhance a student learning experience by including all ICT technology, maybe in computer, internet in the learning process. In this picture, we can see instructor, how can instruct user content. We have content, physical, technology, through technology, with the whole scenario. We had been adopted in virtual learning environment. We have the online learning classroom. We have a smart classroom. Online learning, e-learning, is an education that take place over the internet. It is often referred to term e-learning, means we can say that also a distance learning. Distance doesn't matter. We can sit anywhere. Through online, we can learn. We can join. We can understand, or we can learn without any physical boundaries. So this is the beauty of the online learning. Learning is not a traditional. Some online platform tools of online teaching and learning tools, Zoom, Skype Meet, Google Hangout, and GoToMeeting, BlueJeans. Here we are using, and this Cisco WebEx meetings, StreamYard, so many other learning tools we are using. Before pandemic, we don't have, or we don't understand that about the tools, but nowadays we all are heavy. We are using all these tools, sometimes Zoom, sometimes StreamYard, Cisco WebEx, GoToMeeting, and so on, due to this technology. Dear fellow friends, Now, I would like to share about the online study material resources in open access. Here, what is open access? Those days has gone when we can say that the library is the collection of books and stored out and kept in key box. Now everything has been changed due to technology. The open access means free availability on the public internet. Open means free for all, and permitting any user, they can read, if they can download, they can copy, easy, they can copy. They want to distribute another, they can print, search, or links to the full text of these articles. Easy way crawl them for indexing, pass them as data to software, or use them for any other lawful purpose. They can easily. It means free for all, and they can use, distribute, read, copy, and so on in this open access environment without technical barriers. Then those inseparable from gaining access to the internet itself. If we want to use in our reading purpose, upon study purpose, we can, but we can't use in business purpose. The only constraint are reproduction and distribution, and the only role for copyright in this domain. We can't avoid copyright, IPR. IPR is a very crucial. So we, as a like professional, as academicians, our right, our duty to save the IPR, copyright, the particular person, should be given to the author's control over the integrity of their work and their right to be properly acknowledged and cited. So we can use, and the open access means, easy way can say that. Why open access? Why we say that? What is the need of the open access in this environment? Dear fellow friends, financial crunch, budget is decreasing day by day in every institution. So it is not possible for library to subscribe or purchase all the information resources the user want. What can do? We should go for open access. Another one is to reduce the information gap between information poor and information rich. No doubtly, if we have financial problem, what will we do? We can go through open access, and we can merge and gap between the poor and information rich due to the open access. Otherwise, we are in trouble. So through open access, all the institutions, maybe researchers, public, business, everybody, we can enjoy, we can benefit it. We benefited. This open access what are the features of the open access resources? As I told, open access resources is free for all. Maybe yes, is in a digital form. Through digital form, free of charge, free copy to write for the study purposes, not for business use. Open access is compatible with copyright, peer review, revenue, print, preservation, and prestige and career advancement. If we need, we can access openly for our personal use, for our prestige, for career advancement, and so on. Open access resources offer rapidly communication in the scientific and research publication around the world. As we know that through digital technology is the boon for all of us, because if we sit anywhere in the remote or any place, we can send our information to another person, whatever they want to need, rapidly through this technology, anywhere in the world. Open access publishing eliminates the barrier of pages, tables, figures, gives the reference linking facilities for cited document. In nowadays, plagiarism very important to awareness about the plagiarism. So if not cited documents of particular things or particular link or the particular person, particular author, we are in trouble. So we should try to link, to give proper name, proper site or particular things or particular author, to avoid the plagiarism. The open access resources should be available without any embargo period of hosting the repository around the world. As I told, we can distribute of the information for all. Open access resources can be tracked by the various search engines and databases for the impact factor or citations. And so many databases are available for users in different fields, in particular fields they want in our the particular field. He can use or she can use easily in the particular field. Open access resources are contributing the national and global initiatives through open access resources, contributing lot for the national as well as global initiatives. So these are the features of the open access resources. Here, open educational resources, OER, are freely accessible openly for the media and other digital assets that are useful for teaching, learning, as well as for research purposes. We have open education resources nowadays, and different databases are available. That term OBR, if we see this term, publicly accessible material resources for the use, remix, improve, and redistribute under some license. The development and promotion of open education resources motivated by and designated by the alternate or enhanced educational paradigm. This term first adopted at UNESCO in 2002, a forum of the impact of open courseware for higher education in developing countries. 5R is very important for the open education resources. These are the activities or permissions were proposed by David Wiley, which include a retain, means the right to make, own, and control copies of the content, maybe download, maybe duplicate, store, and manage. Retain, we can retain easily in these open education resources. Reuse, the right to the use of the content in a wide range of the way, maybe in particular institution or in the classroom or a study in a particular group, on a website, in a video, and so on. We can reuse of the open education resources. Revise, yes, we can revise, write to the adopt, adjust, modify, or alter the content itself. Maybe translate the content into another language. We can with the remix. Yes, remix is the very phenomenal nowadays. The right to the combine the original or revised content with other material to create something new. Maybe incorporate the content into the mesa, and we can reproduce, remix new one things. We can redistribute. The right to share copies of the original content, revision, or your remix with others. For example, give a copy of the content to a friend. We can. So these are the 5 activities, 5 R's, or the permissions the given by and proposed by David Wiley. We can use these open education resources for freely accessible for all academic community, fraternity, for the academic purposes. What is the merit? What is the advantages of open educational resources? Expanded access to learning. Yes, we can be accessed anywhere at any time. As I told, we can access the open educational resources. We can expand it, access for anybody, anywhere, anytime. We can access. Nowadays, distance doesn't matter. We can access from anywhere. Ability to modify course material. This is the beauty of online education resources, digital technology. We can narrow down to the topics that are relevant to the course. No need to go one to one to. If we need only this paragraph, we can modify easily. This is the advantage. This is the beauty of the OER. Enhancement of course material. Yes, we can enhance. Maybe text, images, and videos can be used to support different learning styles, which we are useful for us, so we can enhance our course material as per our requirement. Rapid dissemination of information. Yes, as I told that textbook can be put forward quicker online than publishing a textbook. We have, if anybody want to this textbook, particular book, we can forward it easily and within a second. Cost saving for students is the very, very important aspect and advantage of OER. As you know that the students are from different background, particularly in our university, the name of great personality, Dr. Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar Central University. This university providing 50% seats for weaker section of the society. The students, very needy students, want to these type of information without any financial law. If we provide these type of sources for these students, they are very happy. So cost saving for students. So all readings are available online, which save student $100 of dollars. This is the major advantage of the OER system. Yes, of course, demerits also for OER. Quality. If we go to quality concern, the lot of material available online. Anybody can edit it, anybody can send any time which result is relevant or inaccurate information. What will we do? Here, the librarian can provide a very important role. What is the authenticity of this document? What is the authenticity of this information? They can show. This is the disadvantage of OER. Anybody can send the material through online on web. So we should very careful when we are using the document material through online. So first, we should try to understand what is the authenticity of this document first. Avoid of this type of irrelevant document. Yes, limitation of copyright property protection should be. As I told, copyright is the right for the particular owner. So OER license change all rights reserved into some rights reserved, so that content creators must be careful about what material they make available. It's the duty of the and responsibility of the content developer also, that who is the content creator. So be careful about the this copyright issues. The copyright is the, again I am repeating, copyright only the right of the creator, the creation of human mind, a particular thing. So we should protect the copyright as well as IPR. Another issues about the technology. This some student may have a difficulty accessing online resources. Yes, is the fact. Have difficulty because sometime internet connection problem, sometime infrastructure problem, sometime slow internet connectivity. So many not have access to the software required user of the material. So we can avoid after this solution of these technological issues. So these are the disadvantages. If we change our mindset, so we can use OER definitely. Yes. These are the online learning platform. In nowadays, these platform we are using is the very, very important platform. If we use these online learning platform, we have SWAYAM. SWAYAM, if we said about the SWAYAM, MOOCs, I'll discuss later one by one. First is SWAYAM. Friends, if I share about the SWAYAM, SWAYAM means study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds. This SWAYAM was developed in 10th July 2017. This initiative taken by Government of India and designed to achieve the major 3 cardinal principles of education policy: how to access, how to equity and equality. 3 major principles, 3 cardinal points in this educational policy. The SWAYAM. SWAYAM is a program. The objective of this effort is to take the best teaching, learning resources to all, how we can learn. The objective of this effort is to take the best teaching learning resources to all. This is the website of the SWAYAM. This is done through a platform that facilitates hosting of all the courses taught in classroom from 9 to till post graduation, 9 to till post graduation, to be accessed by anyone, anywhere, at any time. All the courses in the SWAYAM are very interactive, prepared by the best teachers in the country, and are available free of cost to any learner. If we use more than 1,000 especially chosen faculty and teachers from across the country have participated in preparing these courses. The course hosted on SWAYAM are in 4 quadrants, particular 4 parts. 1 video lecture. Number 2, especially for prepared reading material that can be downloaded or printed. Self-assessment test through test and quiz in the subordinate classmates. And another one, 4th one is online discussion forum for clearing the doubts. If we have any doubt, so we can through online discussion. So 4 cardinal points have been prepared through SWAYAM. For smooth functioning of the SWAYAM, in order to ensure that the quality content is produced and delivered, 9 national coordinators have been appointed. They are AICT, All India Council for Teaching Technical Education, for self-paced and international courses. UGC, for the non-technical engineering, graduation, post-graduation education, and NPTEL, National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, for engineering, CEC, for undergraduate courses, NCERT, for school education, or National Institute of Open Schooling, for school education, and so on. For well versed about the SWAYAM, SWAYAM provide a very, very important role for open courses. Another one is MOOC. As we know that MOOC means massive open online courses, are free online courses available for anyone to enroll. The MOOC provide an affordable and flexible way to learn new skills, advance your career, and deliver quality educational experience at scale. If you want to do any courses, you can download, or you can take admission through open online courses in MOOC. EPG Pathshala. EPG Pathshala is an initiative of the MHRD under the National Mission on Education through ICT, being executed by UGC. If we see the very important program developed by UGC, this digital platform hosts high quality, around 20,000 modules in 70 postgraduate disciplines of all the disciplines, maybe social science, art, fine art, humanities, natural and mathematical science. E-text videos are available. Anybody can create your own ID And after creation of the ID, he can download the syllabus, topic, whatever they want to use. Around 70 postgraduate disciplines through EPG Pathshala. Another one is Swayamprabha. Yes, very famous nowadays. This Swayamprabha is a group of 32 DTH channels devoted to telecasting of high quality educational programs on 24/7 basis using the GSAT-15 satellite. During this pandemic, everybody can use. The contents are provided by NPTEL, IIT, UGC, CEC, IGNOU, NCERT, all 9 cardinal points coordinators. The InfluNet Center maintaining the web portal of this Swayamprabha. Means the content covers in a diverse set of disciplines such as social sciences, commerce, arts, humanities, technology, engineering, performing arts, medicine, agriculture, and so on. All content covered in this Swayamprabha. The channel uplinked from Visakh, Gandhinagar. These channels are free to air and can also be accessed through your cable operator. The telecasted videos, lecture are also we can go through these videos, Swayamprabha portal, in the given websites. So these are the program has been initiated by the government for the academic institution. Another one is CEC, Consortium for Educational Communication, popular known as CEC, is one of the inter-university center set up by the UGC. It has been established with the goal addressing the need of higher education through the use of powerful medium of television along with the appropriate use of emerging information communication technology through YouTube. In this YouTube, we can download our topic with the different eminent personalities in that particular field through this CEC UGC YouTube channel. National Digital Library of India. Yes, MHRD has been initiated the National Mission on Educational through Information Communication Technology, NMEICT, has initiated the National Digital Library of India, NDLI, pilot project to develop a framework of virtual repository of learning resources with a single window search facility. Yes, as we know that this is a digital repository of academic content from different formats in all disciplines. The content is available at all academic levels in all leading Indian languages. If you want to search in Punjabi, Marathi, you can in different subjects in this National Digital Library of NDLI. The content is available to all academic levels in all leading Indian languages for all types of learners, including researchers, even common men, and the differently abled also persons. We can. So it is being developed by IIT Kharagpur. It also provides interface support so that it can be easily accessed on all popular forms of access devices on this website, ndl.iitkgp.ac.in. You can easily access whatever you want to access. Another platform is Sodh Ganga. As we know that reservoir of Indian thesis in InfluNet, it is a digital repository platform around 260,000 Indian electronic theses and dissertation of research scholars of Indian institutes on this Sodhganga. It is for open access. It can be accessed on this website link. We can. All subjects, all digital repository created by Infilmnet with the MOU with different all university participating academic institutions in each and every subject. Any researcher want to need eSoth Sindhu. Another platform eSoth Sindhu. The MHRD has formed eSoth Sindhu. As we know that the before this eSoth Sindhu, this is the merging three consortium initiatives. First, UGC Infonet Digital Library Consortium. Another one is Enlist and Indest AICT Consortium. Now, the Infilmnet through MHRD merged both of all the three consortium now created eSoth Sindhu. The eSoth Sindhu will continue to provide current as well as archival access to more than 15,000 core and peer-reviewed journals, a number of bibliographic citations, factual databases in different disciplines from a large number of publishers and aggregators. The main objectives of the eSoth Sindhu consortium for higher education e-resources is to provide access to qualitative electronic resources, including full text, bibliographic, factual databases to academic institutions at a lower rate of subscription. This source very important. So, Vidwan. Another platform, Vidwan. As you know that Infilmnet developed, also maintained this Vidwan portal with the financial support from the National Mission on Education through ICTE. Vidwan is a primary database of profile of all famous scientists, researchers, and other faculty members working at leading academic institutions and other R&D organizations involved in teaching and research in India. This is the created and maintained by Infilmnet Center, eVidwan. Another one is InfoPort, information portal. The Infilmnet Center promotes open access to Indian scholarly content through the InfoPort, a subject gateway for Indian electronic resources, all Indian electronic resources on this InfoPort portal. The center uses and promotes Intuit, a well-known subject gateway developed by MIMAS, UK, InfoPort, is designed and developed to serve as a comprehensive gateway to all Indian scholarly content. This gateway opens up the Indian scholarly content scattered over the internet through an integrated interface that supports search, browse, and multiple listing in a particular things for consortia like InfoPort. A Amrita Virtual Interactive E-Learning World is an award-winning indigenously built multimodal multimedia e-learning platform that provides an immersive e-learning experience that is almost as good as a real classroom experience developed by this AView, one of the fastest growing institutions of higher learning in India, and address the most pressing issue of higher education in India, the shortage of highly qualified teachers. For that, MHRD makes a view platform for all the coming and shortcoming of the high quality five teachers. View is a part of Talk to a Teacher program coordinated by IIT Bombay and via funded by MHRD, as I told, under the Indian Government National Mission, NME and ICT, along with various other projects, virtual labs, haptics, and natural language processing. It is now deployed at several IITs, NITs, and other leading education institutions across the nation. Another one is DOJE, Directory of Open Access Journals, was launched in 2003. This Directory of Open Access Journal is a community curated list of open access journals and aim to be starting point for all information searches for quality peer-reviewed open access material. The particular mission of the DOAG is increase the visibility, accessibility, sorry, reputation, uses, and impact of quality peer-reviewed open access scholarly research journals globally, regardless of discipline, geographically, and language. The today independent database consortium and contains around 12,000 open access journals covering all areas of science, technology, medicine, social science, humanities, and so on. All disciplines covered in this DOJE. DOJE is committed to being 100% independent and maintaining all of its services and metadata as free to use or reuse for everyone. If we anyone can access through this website doaz.org. Another one is DOB. DOB means Directory of Open Access Book. Is a joint service of Open Edition, CNRS, Marshall University, provided by DOB, Directory of Open Access Book. Generously supported by Springer, Nature, De Gruyter, Investigator, Lavoisier. The primary aim of the DOB is to increase discoverability of open access of the books. So academic publishers are invited to provide metadata of their open access books to DOB. Directory is open to all publishers who publish academic peer-reviewed books in open access and should contain as many books as possible, provided that these publications are in open access and meet academic standards. Advanced search facilities are also available. We can found on this website dobooks.org. Online study material resources in open access. I am not going in detail because time may be very short. Online education, online study material, I am going to say. The list of open access resources. Here I have given the websites, maybe SWAYAM for all subjects, NPTEL, particularly in engineering and science and humanities. edX. If we go to the edX, all subject, we can find all subject in this edX platform. Shaler, art and science field. Another one is Coursera. If we go to the Coursera, around 4,000 above courses, online courses are available in all subjects. Harvard, online learning, Harvard education, all subjects. Academic Earth, all subjects. University of People, OpenEL courses. Class Central, FutureLearn, NDEDU, VLib, eBooks, DOE books, PDF drive books. I just give in these examples. If we go to the simply PDF drive, we have lot of information. We have lot of books are available in all subjects. So these are Gutenberg, free ebooks, many books, open culture, e-library, ebook lobby, Bain, Scribe, free computer books, open library, archives, free book, sport, issue.com, so many another websites are available for free of cost of the users. Here, what are the challenges in online learning, particularly in Indian scenario? We need to improve our infrastructure as well. If we have infrastructure, we are poor internet connectivity. As we know that in our country, we are facing poor internet connectivity. We are not literate about the ICT. We should try to literate in ICT field. Time management, yes, adaptability. We are confused. We should adopt or not. We are struggling. Lack of self-motivation, lack of awareness. In starting, I already told, don't afraid about technology, but we are struggling. We are thinking, what will we do or do not. So these are the challenges. If we remove these challenges, definitely this technology has boon for all of us in this pandemic or coming days. Here I sum up my presentation. No doubt, the open education resources are very, very useful for all of us, maybe in teaching and learning environment and individual as a society whole. Open education resources provide opportunities for learners and developers, and the responsibility of the particular educationist, faculty members, learners, and students should actively participate and advertise, means uh, discuss and elaborate and send particular optimal utilization, how we can use this technology. I stop my presentation. A quote given by Alvin Toffler: "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." In these words, I acknowledge all the scholars whose content have been used through websites provides in my presentation and also given my references. Thank you very much to all of you, particularly listeners and Dr. Ambedkar International Center, Dr. Varun Gulati, Dr. Sunil, and whole entire team to give me this opportunity. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. MP Singh, for this wonderful and interactive and insightful presentation. You not only talked about the ethical aspect in research, which somehow in present day is missing, but are very important certainly for the young researchers to learn. And you also talked about the new avenues wherein the researchers can go. In fact, many of these avenues were unknown territories even to me. The Vidwan, for instance, the portal that you mentioned about, in fact, I never knew about this portal also. And in fact, there are many other things which were new to me also. So even I am also very much happy to have these kind of insights. So before I could extend vote of thanks, I think we can take one or two questions if you allow.
Sir, please.
Yeah. So if we have any questions from our scholars, we can take them. Ramesh Babu Para is a postdoctoral fellow of ours. He is asking one question. Ramesh,
Sure,
please
sir.
unmute yourself.
Sir, this is really very interesting and also very good presentation on access to the different online portals. So my
Sure.
point is, sir, recently, if you want to access some of the scholarly journals, they are actually keeping a price note. If you want to access those things, so they are actually keeping this price note. So some of the online portals, when we download, some portions of the chapters are missing. In between, if we download some book or something, so some portions of the book is missing. So that portion they are actually keeping some advertisements. So these are the some of the issues I see, sir. Otherwise, these the information that you have presented is really very useful for research scholars like us, sir.
Thank you.
So
for,
my point
yeah,
is how to get this information properly. Some of the prestigious journals, they are actually keeping the price tag for accessing those articles or things like that, sir.
Yes, you have given a very right question.
Can you
Thank you.
comment on the, can you comment on this, sir?
Yeah. I am giving. This is the negotiation between publisher and academic institution or anyone. Here I would like to say simply that nothing is free in this world. Nothing is free. Okay. What negotiation, what is the agreement between publisher and academic institutions? So publisher gave only these information or they hidden and they do not provide the information which one? The information in the agreement and negotiation between academic particular institution, maybe in FilmNet or maybe any higher education or anything else. So again I am telling about the this is the maybe the licensement. This is the agreement. If we have given the opportunity, then they will. Otherwise, they not provide. You understand? Hello, dear.
Yeah.
Sir.
Okay. Any other question? Santosh, you want to ask? संतोष आप पूछ रहे हैं?
सर प्रणाम सर। सर बहुत ही अच्छा रोमांचक ये आपका जो उद्बोधन रहा है। सर मैं एक चीज मैं जानना चाह रहा था और मेरे दिमाग में भी आ रहा था कि जो आत्मीयता या फिर जो आध्यात्मिकता वातावरण जो है पूर्व काल में रहती थी, ऑनलाइन की क्लासेस के समय में ये कैसे पॉसिबल हो जाएगा ओपन लर्निंग एजुकेशन के? क्योंकि बहुत सारी चीजें हैं कि जो हम ओपन क्लास में ही हम 1-to-1 डिस्कशन से ही सीख सकते थे कि हमारे हाव भाव कैसे होते हैं, प्रेजेंटेशन कैसे होता है या फिर पढ़ाने का एक वातावरण कैसे होता है। तो वो सब चीजें हम कहीं ना कहीं इन सब चीजों को मिस करेंगे ओपन कोर्सेज के थ्रू या ओपन लर्निंग एजुकेशन सिस्टम के अंतर्गत। हमारा ऐसा मानना है, सोचना है, लेकिन सर आपका क्या विचार है सर इस पे?
डॉक्टर संतोष कुमार शर्मा जी, आपका बिल्कुल राइट और वैलिड पॉइंट है। देखिए, मैंने जैसे ही स्टार्टिंग में आपको बताया कि इस मतलब महामारी के दौर में हमारे पास कोई और उपाय नहीं है, कोई भी हमारे पास ऑप्शन नहीं है एक्सेप्ट ऑनलाइन। ठीक है, तो हम अपनी इस